How El Salvador has been using Bitcoin as an official tender. Do you ever think you would live to see the day when a digitally created asset would become legal tender for an internationally recognized state? Well, believe it or not, it has already happened. But even though El Salvador has adopted Bitcoin as an official tender, is this a unique case, or is it a precursor to a phenomenon where many other countries do the same? Well, in this video, we discuss all that and more. Before diving into this video on how El Salvador has been using Bitcoin as an official tender, please make sure to like and subscribe. This way, you can find the best information to keep your finances in perfect shape. Human beings are a genuinely ingenious species, and what makes us special is our capacity for change. Rather than getting too comfortable, we always do our best to improve pre-existing structures. Our current concept of money came into being around 3000 BC. Before then, people used to engage in barter trade, where they would directly trade the items they needed. The way this worked was, say I needed apples and you needed oranges, then we would trade. Money is great because it fixed most of the limitations of barter trade, and we have been using the money for 5,000 years now. However, it is time for some innovation as paper money also has limitations, and it is a small South American country known as El Salvador that is leading the charge in this currency revolution. On 8th of June 2021, a law known as the Bitcoin Law was passed in El Salvador, giving the cryptocurrency Bitcoin the status of legal tender within the country. The law was proposed by Nayib Bukele, the country's young president. This news came as a surprise to most people. Although El Salvador has been flirting with the idea for a while, most experts didn't expect them to go through with it. After all, other major countries were trying to do away with Bitcoin. And so, why would this small South American nation, with a population of just about 6 million, decide to take this bold step forward? Well, the answer to that question is in the question itself. El Salvador is a small country. By no means are they struggling financially, but then they can't contend with the big boys like the US, China, Japan, Russia, and Germany. And so, by making their country a safe haven for crypto, what they are doing is attracting a lot of investor attention. So many billionaires and millionaires who have loads of money to spend will turn to El Salvador to set up their businesses and investments. This will lead to more money for the El Salvador government and better projects for their people. They will have better roads, better schools, better hospitals, and so on. For all the supposed benefits of this strategy, indeed, there have to be some drawbacks. Well, you would be correct in assuming so. As much as El Salvador is taking a bold step forward into the future, this is also a gamble. No risk, no reward. The thing is, nobody can tell you the future of Bitcoin, and it may all vanish tomorrow. It also has a lot of problems like environmental unsustainability. But despite all these drawbacks, if El Salvador happens to be right about betting their future on it, then they may have positioned themselves to become one of the most powerful countries ever. El Salvador's plans for Bitcoin are grander than people realize. The country intends to make a full-blown Bitcoin city. This is a $1 billion plan. $500 million is to be used to build this future city, while the other $500 million will be used to buy Bitcoin. When Bitcoin dipped again recently, El Salvador took advantage to buy 150 coins. Overall, El Salvador's treasury holds 1,120 Bitcoins. This equals about $57 million right now, although the value might rise or fall. How does El Salvador intend to make their Bitcoin city work? After all, as we mentioned earlier, Bitcoin needs a lot of power to be mined. The country intends to use geothermal energy to mine Bitcoin, and this energy will come from the Colchagua volcano in the country. So, when it comes to Bitcoin usage within El Salvador, well, the country has its wallet known as the Chiva wallet. And so, to be able to make transactions using Bitcoin, everyone needs to download and sign up for this wallet. Out of about 6 million, nearly a third of all people are already actively using the wallet. So, anytime you purchase El Salvador, the wallet is the interface. It's pretty simple. How will other countries respond to this development? Well, it likely won't be positive at first. and they will probably think El Salvador is doing something very silly or sinister. But if this doesn't turn out to be the case, El Salvador will be a shining example that causes these other countries to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. While Bitcoin has always had its doubters, the best thing about it is that it has never slowed down for these doubters to make up their minds. Perhaps, while some are still debating the validity of Bitcoin, El Salvador's Bitcoin City will become the crypto capital of the world. Coming to the end of this video, we hope you've learned much about how El Salvador has been using Bitcoin so far as an official tender. The fact that a recognized country is using a cryptocurrency as legal tender is a massive moment in the history of cryptocurrency. It sets an example that other countries are sure to follow. In any case, to learn more, please check out our other videos on how to buy and invest in shares outside the US and the top 5 best trading platforms for 2022. These will make sure you remain financially literate and always know how to manage your money to attain maximum profit. Well, that's all for today. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share if you enjoyed the video. This way, you will easily find the absolute best financial knowledge. Until next time, have a great day. Catch you later.